I'm Ellie.
I'm Martin.
And today we've come to a little town in Aberdeenshire called Ellon, and we've come to visit the fabulous gardens and the castle.
Indeed.
Hope you enjoy.
Hello.
The history of Ellon Castle and its gardens is interwoven with historical events, as well as tales of murder, mystery, and even a mistress. The first known mention of a castle at Ellon is in the Book of Deer in 1132. It was a motte and bailey castle in the centre of the town. This is a sundial. It's grade A listed and is thought to be one of only two in existence. There are 24 faces on this dial, which cast lots of different shadows as the sun goes round. It's not actually sunny today, so you won't see the shadows, but it's a lovely thing to see. Robert the Bruce burned the castle down in 1308 during his quest to reclaim Scotland from the English. In 1413, Kennedy of Kenmuck brought land from the hill of Ardgith and built a castle there which he called the Fortalice of Ardgith. This is the site of the current castle. Some of the yew trees were possibly already there when the castle was built. It's thought they date back to medieval times, when the local church of St Mary's, which is still the present parish church, was the centre for training the monks of the ancient monastery of Deer, which claims to date back to Columba. In the late 1500s, the castle was reconstructed and extended. In 1644, the castle was sacked by royalists. We're looking for fairies because the lady on the gate said there was fairies in the woods. We haven't found them yet. The castle was owned by the Kennedy family for several generations until 1652, when a feud with the local Forbes family over a ditch resulted in the death of Thomas Forbes. The Kennedy men fled to escape being imprisoned and put on trial. A few years later, in 1657, the Kennedy wives sold the estate to the Moyers of Stonywood, who, in 1668, transferred it back to the Kennedys' old rivals, the Forbes of Waterton. They owned it until 1706, when it was sold to Bailey James Gordon, who built the terrace and landscaped the gardens. Bailey Gordon's two sons were murdered here by their tutor because they discovered that he was having an affair with one of the staff. Not so long ago, when they were tending to these beautiful gardens, there was a coin found here, and it was dated 1690. Now, back in the late 1600s, early 1700s, there was the Jacobite rising because King James II was deposed from the throne because because he wouldn't denounce his Catholic faith. And his followers, the Jacobites, were given a coin made out of guns, and it was called gun money. And like I said, one was found here. It's dated 1690. I just wonder whether it was lost by a soldier on the way to or from a battle, or whether it was just simply thrown away by a disgruntled soldier who realised it would be worthless. Martin, what are you doing?
1690.
Yeah.
The year of my birth.
You're that old, are you? Oh. You're doing well on it.
Good.
The castle was then bought by George Gordon, the 3rd Earl of Aberdeen, in 1752, and is again extended. George Gordon, the 3rd Earl of Aberdeenshire, installed his mistress here. She was Penelope Deering. He was so protective over her that when the famous Scottish poet Rabbie Burns visited in 1787, he wasn't allowed in. Around the same time, a new castle was built adjacent to the now ruinous one, but this was knocked down in the early 20th century. All that remains today is the stables, which has been converted into a house, and the old ruinous castle. In the early to mid-1800s, the castle was left uninhabited before being deliberately blown up in the 1850s to create a romantic ruin. The gardens remained in private ownership until 2014, when they were gifted to the community, along with 11 apartments, the rent of which provides income for the support and the upkeep of the gardens. It's rumoured that there is a secret passage which led from the old castle down to the River Ison. There is a romantic notion that it was used by fleeing Jacobites, but it's more likely that the passage was used for smuggling brandy into the castle. However, it is so secret that it has yet to be discovered. Well, I hope you enjoyed your visit around Ellon Castle and the gardens. What a lovely place.
It is, right in the centre of town as well.
Yeah, and so much history attached to it as well.
Mm.
Well, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yep, goodbye now.
Bye.